ignition to him. So he could copy that and initiating a full 10-4-4.
Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let the church say amen to that prayer. Amen, amen, amen. Now, you know what? Side piece. Y'all know I got side piece loose up in here this morning already. Side piece said, you left me. You went away and didn't tell me a thing. And so you think you're going to get by spot just clear as a bird. It's just not going to happen. And it is so fairly all day. And it is so. Now, I have to tell the truth, shame the devil. I fat fingered my studio. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let the church say amen fairly all day. Got that amen. And it is so. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, it's another day's journey. And I'm glad about it this morning. I'm so glad about it. We are here in the Lion's Den, and I'm happy to see each and every one of you. It's a blessing to be here, and I want to thank you for getting up and coming to be with me early on this Thursday morning. Can you believe that? This is Thursday. And thank you for coming to another edition of Yes You O Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. Today's date is July the 28th in the year 2022. I tell you, the year is just passing by, and I just don't know. Next thing you know, we're going to be saying in the year 2023. We just keep moving and chugging right along. Listen, again, it's beautiful to be here with you this morning with all of you beautiful people. Thank you so much. I got to say, Gwen Hollenshed, thank you. You know, we go through and we tell everybody good morning just a little bit later on. But I saw your name, sis, and I just got real excited to see you in the Lion's Den this morning. Welcome to you. Now, you know how we get this party started, and you know how we get this party crack-a-lacking. I always like to start with Grandpa Holmes's chair and to the winners of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now, there are so many people that came in Grandpa Holmes's chair this morning, and I'm just thrilled about that. That just tickles me. I'm pleased, overjoyed, and tickled to death that so many people have come in to Grandpa Holmes's VIP section this morning to make sure. Thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate that. Denise Taylor, come on in here. So much love coming to you. Now, Grandpa Holmes's chair is the prized possession of the Lion's Den in the VIP section, and everybody comes in. And let me tell you what our competition is about. It's who can bring the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness into the Lion's Den to make sure there's plenty of it there when the rest of the viewers come later on in the morning. And these babies get up at midnight. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? They get up at midnight to come in to Grandpa Holmes's VIP section to make sure the love is flowing in the Lion's Den, and I appreciate every last one of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look over here, and y'all, I'll tell you a little bit later. I might have just a little bit of a challenge with my visual on today, but I'm seeing good. I'm seeing well, but at the end of the day, I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Now, but you know, everything today is going to get blamed on my eye. Just go ahead and get ready. It's either going to be one or two things. Either my studio is acting like a side piece or my eyeball. It's gonna be one of those two things. Everything. I don't care if it was my fault. I don't care if I made a misstep. I don't care if I fat fingered the studio. It's gonna be one of those two things. Either it's the side piece studio or it's my eyeball. Everything. It's gonna listen. Everything. I'm gonna do that like y'all do the devil. Just blame everything on it, whether it was the devil or not. Just blame everything on it. That's what's getting ready to happen today. Everything's about to be blamed on my side piece studio or my eyeball, one of the two. Now, let's come over and take a look and see who all is in the Lion's Den. And let me look at those top three, because many came back and just started sharing love and all that good stuff. Let me take a look. I'm struggling. Okay, I see 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's come on down and let's see who came in fairly all day. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you fair warning, fairly. I'm trying to give you fair warning that everything's going to get blamed on my side piece studio or my eyeball today. Now, Kai Chick is my girl, and she's the evangelist. Listen. I just want to tell you all, we decided, my engineer and I decided that we would open up at least one session a month of our classroom settings of Institute for Higher Consciousness. We would open up at least one setting per month to anybody that wants to come and just stream it in general, broadly across all platforms. This past Friday, and I'm still on Grandpa Holmes's chair, but I want to talk about Kai Chick for just a second. This woman is such a blessing to my life and such a blessing to my soul and my heart. If you missed this last week's session, was an open session, and we were reclaiming the text, and we were having coaching sessions, and our coaching sessions came from those that are walking in boss energy, and they gave testimonials on Saturday morning. If you missed that stream, I want you to watch it on demand. Kai Chick, and she is a blessing to the Lion's Den. She gave her testimony about walking in boss energy and where and how it has taken her to a brand new place and journey in her life like none other. I just want to appreciate her, and while she's coming in bright and early to bring all the love, joy, peace, and happiness into the Lion's Den, I have to say, even though, despite her saying she's not a public speaker, she did an excellent job. She's an excellent communicator. But I just want to stop and give her some kudos and some love this morning because, listen, she is just beautiful. Her testimony is just beautiful. Her resolve to boss energy is just beautiful. And her love for the Lions Den and STL is just outstanding. And I appreciate her. So I just wanted to stop and mention her as well as Tall Pumps. Tall Pumps gave an awesome testimony about her boss energy on Saturday as well. They both are in the VIP section this morning. And I just wanted to acknowledge that before I go further, because I'm telling you, they will bless your lives. Those testimonials were excellent for coaching opportunities, pivoting past the discord. Dr. Danny Priest, yes. Pivoting past the discord and moving in your boss energy anyway. These two young ladies gave excellent witness to that over the weekend. So, I just have to stop and give honor to whom honor is due. They did a beautiful job. They're in the Lions Den VIP section. And once more and again, I just had to stop and do that for station identification. Kai Chick came in the VIP section this morning to give love all around. And then, you know what? Let me do this because I try to get, these beautiful people are so phenomenal. There she is. There's Kai Chick. There's that beautiful face. There's that beautiful woman. Come on and give it up for her. Now, also coming in this morning, did not make it into the chair, I don't believe. Let me take a look once more because I'm telling y'all, we had a whole full lineup this morning. And I have to keep doing this with my glasses so I can see. Okay, yeah, we'll make sure yes, my truck driver. That's my guy. That's my Mufasa truck. I appreciate him. Listen, and I just have to give testimony about him as well because, listen, he is the Lion King of STL because when I tell you he's my protector, my brother, my friend, he is all of that and then some. He is the Lion King in the Lion's Den. He doesn't just protect me on screen. He does it off screen. That's my brother. And I tell you, I just have to stop and say, I feel just so blessed to have him in my life. And I'm not playing. Brothers like, listen, he'll ride. Y'all better not listen, because he fights them things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to use that word, but he fights them. Fill in the blank. He fights them, and he fights them for me. That's my guy. I appreciate truck driver. Love you, man. He's in the Lions Den VIP section this morning. Now, who else do we have over here? I see. Let me see. I got truck driver and all of them giving so much love. I don't want to miss. Okay, Sassy Cassie. That's my girl. I appreciate her as well. This beautiful sister. She is such a blessing to the Lions Den. Also, she came in this morning. And I'm telling y'all, they're in here at midnight and after. But listen, they want to make sure the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness is in the Lions Den. I appreciate them for that. That's my girl. Sassy Cassie is what we call her. Cassandra Isaiah came in giving all that love. Now, let me see who else I have that came in this morning. Kim Possible 711, the pastor from the ATL, she came in this morning giving all kinds of mad love in the VIP section. That's my pastor from the ATL. Oh, thank heaven for 711. I appreciate you. Now, coming on down and let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just messed up because the motherboard can't see. All right, so here we go. We're going to get, what's today? This is the 28th. I really messed up, y'all. Okay, so let me get this right. Let's go to the third runner up. And come on, Kim Possible. I appreciate you. The third runner up in the Lions Den is none other than Miss Fabulous. Miss Fabulous, thank you so much for coming in, otherwise known as Mel Holiday. I appreciate you, and you can go ahead and sit down over there on that love seat in the Lions Den. Now, the second person in the Lions Den this morning was none other than Din Darn, you did that. Come on in here, sis. All the way from the UK. I know you hail from Jamaica, but I believe she told me the other day she's in the UK at this time. Come on, give it up for her. I appreciate you, Ben Don. So much love coming to you. Now, it was my side piece studio and my eyeball that messed this up. So y'all gonna know in just a minute. The winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Kim Possible 711. Kim Possible 711, you are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Get your lips, get your hips, and get your fingertips over into that chair. You did it, sis. You did it. And the mess up was not mine. It was my side piece studio and my eyeball. It wasn't my fault I messed it up. It wasn't my fault I messed it up. No, ma'am, no, sir. It's this side piece studio and my eyeball. Congratulations, Kim. I appreciate you. Come on in here and have yourself a seat. Now, I love y'all. I really, really do. I love every last one of you. Because, you know, in the midst of my errors and mistakes, y'all gonna love me anyway. Isn't that a beautiful thing? That's a beautiful thing. Now, listen, I want you to go ahead and get ready because, you know, this is where I like to appreciate our moderators that are in the room. Shelly Thunder, I call her the prophetess, y'all. She is the prophetess, and you know how she does it. She always comes in. Up above my head, I hear thunder in the air. There must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. We are led by none other than the Rebel Inc. Yes, that beautiful soul. She has taken care of Spiritual Thought Leader for the last 2 days, and I can't say nothing but thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, she is a streamer, and if you're not following her, you all please, please, please follow the Rebel Inc. She will bless your whole life. I promise you she will. Now, and them bangos, those anti-morning bangos, and the cracks are just the best. You don't want to miss it. And then, of course, the quiet storm, the third part of the Blessed Trinity, Michelle Brownell, that's my girl. I love these three ladies to life. I love these three ladies to life, and they are a whole blessing to the Lion's Den. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to each of them. Now, let's get this party crack-a-lackin'. Let's get this party started. But you know how we do it. Go ahead and get the coffee cups out. Get the coffee cups out. Because I like to come around and speak. My mother said, she taught me this. When you walk into a room, speak to somebody. So I want to take this moment to speak to everybody. Now, this is, I'm going to really blame this one on my eyeball. And it really will be my eyeball or else my side piece studio. But you know. So I want to say good morning. Let me come on up to the top. I'm going to try to get to the very top. And listen, if I don't see you and call you just exactly right, it is definitely my eyeball. And that's for sure, for sure. Now, this morning, I want to say good morning. I want to say good morning to Dr. Dady Priest. The high priestess is in the room, y'all. She's in the room. I just want to say to you, she is a streamer of Engagement Matters. She will bless your whole life. I love this woman. I do. I absolutely do. Good morning to you. And come on in the Lion's Den. Den Darn, I see you. Good morning and welcome to you. Come on in the Lion's Den. I want to say to the Rebel Inc., I see you and good morning. Come on in the Lion's Den. SK8843 is in the den. Good morning to you, sis. BTD Mom, good morning to you, sis. Stacy 546, good morning to you, sis. Joanna G98, come on in here. So much love coming to you. Go ahead and roar. The gift, Nathan Lamont, is in the room this morning. Good morning to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I see Den Darn is in the room. Come on in here. So much love coming to you. Twanna's Twitch is in the room. Come on in here. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Tall Pumps said, I miss you in the VIP section this morning because I know we missed a couple of days in there and there were some names. Okay, I just want to make sure if you were in the VIP section, I didn't want to overlook you. But good morning to you. I'm so glad to see you this morning. So much love coming to you. Come on in here. Choose your seat and sit down. Coming on on down and I'm looking and I'm booking in truck driver. That's my Mufasa. He is in the room. The Lion King is here. Come on in here. I appreciate you for taking time to just stop by and see about your sis. Gwen Hollenshed is in the room, y'all. So glad to have you this morning, and welcome to the Lion's Den. I hope you enjoy yourself this morning. We're glad to have you. I want to say Mel Holiday, otherwise known as Miss Fabulous, is in the room, and I see your wine glasses. She got the goblets out already this morning. So much love coming to you. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking, and there's my dearest friend, Fairly All Day, a moderator extraordinaire for Dr. Dady Priest, the High Priestess. Yes, Fairly All Day is here. I'm waiting for the day we're going to get Fairly All Day back in front of the screen so she can bless y'all real good. But she's here this morning. Come on in here, sis. So much love coming to you. Now, coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm checking out. I want to make sure if I can, I don't want to miss anybody that's in my chat. And I always like to say to those of you that are not in the chat, but you're just auditing out there listening, I welcome you as well. And thank you for just coming and loving and taking up space with us here in the Lion's Den. Kai Chick, I've already talked about her, but that's my evangelist. I love this sister to life. I do. She is such a blessing to me. Every time I think about her, it just blesses my day. Coming on down, and Woman Unsilenced is in the room, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Woman Unsilenced. This sister is a streamer. She has such a phenomenal programming that she does for the re-entry programming. Woman Unsilenced, if you got a stream today or your next stream, please put it in the chat because I want to promo that. She's doing a good work and she can't come down, as they said about Nehemiah on the wall. I'm doing a good work and I can't come down. I just want to spread the word. I want you all to check her out. 1 year in the Lion's Den today. Come through, Kachik. Come through. 1 year anniversary. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have been a blessing to me this year, child. You have. You just don't know. But Woman Unsilenced, again, is a streamer. Please check her out. And if she's got a time in there, y'all, please check her out later on tonight. Sister Denise Taylor. Oh, listen, this is my squalling sister. This is the mother of the gift, Nathan Lamont. She's the one who gave us the gift. Good morning to you, Denise. And I appreciate your blessing, even on the other day. And I appreciate you blessing the stream this morning. So much love coming to you. So much. And she can sing. Now, she got to squall. She's got to squall. That's all I can say, honey. That high-pitched squall. If you ever need one, just call my sister because she can let one good one out for you. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking. Joanna G98, I think I got you, but if I missed you, I'm going to come back and say you again because I appreciate you being in the room. Coming on down, see if anybody came in the basement while I was upstairs. I appreciate everybody that's in the room. And again, should I have missed anybody, I'm going to blame it on my eyeball. Not your average guy, because he takes the yellow pill. He's here on today. I appreciate you. So much love coming to you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking to see if anybody else came in through the basement while I was upstairs. I'm checking it out. I'm looking and I'm booking, and let's see where we're at. I think we've got just about everybody. I'm coming down just a little bit faster, and I'm trying to keep my eyeball up with it. And let's see. Coming on down. And I know I might be moving a little slowly this morning, but I'm trying to do a little bit of balancing act and focusing with this eyeball. So here we go. I think we got everybody. I haven't seen anybody else new in my comments and chats. So we're going to get ready to go, and we're going to get ready to chat. I appreciate you. And again, if I missed you, please just say something to me over here in the chat here more recently, and I'll come back and acknowledge you. I appreciate you. I can't say appreciate enough because I really, really do. It's you that made me want to get up this morning and get on here and have a little conversation with everybody that's in the room, because you guys are such a blessing to me. Coming on down. I think I got everybody. Okay, I'm trying to scroll and see what this one I. Let me tell you, while we slumbered, slept, and slumbered, this is a real I saw it, Mel. I saw it. Mel done already made a poll call this morning. Come on and get ready. I already know that all I gotta do is say the word, and I already know that my ladies are ready. So here we go. Let me find it. Let me put it up. Here we go. Because at the very start of today's session, I've already gotten Mel out here doing what I knew she was going to do. Poll call. It's a poll call. Yes, Mel just couldn't wait. She couldn't let us she said the basement is off limits to the pole classes. Tall Pumps, where you at, Tall Pumps? Where you at, girl? Come on. I know y'all gonna show up. Eileen Sideways reporting for duty. I'm telling you what, get the information and let's go. Come on in here. I appreciate every last one of you. And there we go for the poll call, y'all. And there we have it, Mel. You just, listen, you weren't going to let us get through the morning without really getting up on that poll. That's the way you do it. Now, it was reported to me that on yesterday, and I did get an opportunity to step in the room for just one brief moment, but I really want to stop and say to my high priestess, happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday!
Dr. Dottie Priest.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy
And with that, I want everybody to wish Dr. Dottie Priest a happy birthday. This is my sister and I love her. Engagement matters. She is such a blessing. And I hope that this year will be one of the greatest that you've ever experienced in your life. Now, I'm going to go back to, Lord Jesus, Swing Low reporting. Now, I had Vintage Sugar and I missed the rest of those that were reporting for poll duty. But Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming for to carry me home. And I could go back to that one word, but I won't. Anyway, at the end of the day, Swing Low reported and so did Vintage Sugar. I appreciate you all for poll duty. Now, Monica L. Smith is my baby. Come on, and nobody puts baby in the corner. Good morning to you, and I see you, I see you, I see you. Now, Here we go, y'all. This is a blessing just to be here today, and I want to come here. I'm gonna start while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered from right here. Listen, oh, the devil's already loose. Yes, because my side piece studio is cutting up. Let me send the devil home for just a moment. I want to give a praise report, y'all. I want to give a praise report, and you know what? While we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, I want to appreciate the opportunity to have traveled back to Kansas City and get back home again. I'm back in Texas. I had to think about where am I at? It's just been one of those kind of weeks. Where am I? I'm grateful to God, and I'm gonna tell you what. Get your coffee cup out. I see you, woman on silence. As we talk about all the other things that are going on. Last week, I think we talked a little bit about the idea of self-care and doing preventive checkups and healthcare. And then, of course, I wanted to add in with that mental and dental. And with that, I also have to go ahead and add in your eye care as well. So I want to start this morning with the praise report. I had gone and I appreciated the men. I believe it was Truck Driver and Uncle Diddy, as we were talking about how it is not easy to get men, especially, to do self-care as it relates to going to get checkups and, you know, medications, doctors, the whole scenario with how men really have a struggle trying to go with the flow in preventive care and preventive maintenance. Uncle Diddy said something. He said, because we always think it couldn't be me. We always think it couldn't be me that's going to have the stroke. We think it couldn't be me that's going to have the heart attack. We think it couldn't be me that's going to have the prostate cancer, you know, on and on and on and on. We just think it's not going to happen to us. And or we have still yet the issue of having a difficult time getting healthcare professionals to always listen to what Black people are saying in relationship to our healthcare needs. So I just want to use this as an opportunity to kind of speak to that and why it's so essential and how this played out in my own personal life, because I had gone in and I had been needing some eyewear for some time and just had neglected that. You know how y'all do. You get those contacts, you wear them forever, even after your prescription has changed because your vision has changed. And but nonetheless, you just keep wearing that same contacts, those same eyeglasses, those same whatever. And had been doing so for a while. And I have to appreciate BTD Mom, who is my oldest sister, for real. She's my blood sister, my oldest sister. And she was like, no, spiritual thought leader, I want you to go get your eyes checked. So this is one time I really didn't argue with her. I was like, okay, you know, and this was all just still very, with no idea, very nonchalant, no idea that there was a problem or anything. So in this particular instance, though, I decided to go ahead and not just do the optometrist, but go ahead and go to the ophthalmologist and have a thorough checkup, because I honestly do not do eye and vision care as I should. So as it would be, I went ahead and went to the ophthalmologist, and lo and behold, to make a long story short, I had a detached retina, didn't know it. And so as they had the opportunity to do all the checking out. And this is what I want y'all to understand. I'm telling this from a vantage point of, you know, how we've been talking and speaking miracles, signs and wonders. Miracles, signs and wonders. Thank you for that resub, BTD Mom. Thank you, Kai Chick, for that resub. Thank you so much. If there's a hype train going on, it's not registering on my account, but I want to say thank you to everybody. Tawana's Twitch, thank you for that resub. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for what you're doing. Okay, I'm looking at the activity feed, and I hope I'm seeing straight. I'm having a little difficulty. Nonetheless, back to my story. We've been talking miracles, signs, and wonders. And let me tell you what is so amazing about this situation. For the detached retina, in my left eye, and I did go back to Kansas City. Thank you for those biddies, SK8843. I appreciate you. Miracles, signs, and wonders. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? For the detached retina that I had no symptoms. I was completely asymptomatic. So when the specialist came in, I saw the regular ophthalmologist. They sent me to the supervisor. He came in and looked at my eye. And then he said, I'm going to have you meet with the retina specialist. And so I did that. Miracle signs and wonders, y'all. I'm telling you, put that hashtag MSW, miracle signs and wonders. And they just kept looking at me. And the man said, but have you been noticing this? Nope. Have you been noticing that? Nope. Have you experienced this? Nope. Are you in pain? Nope. I had absolutely, positively no symptoms whatsoever. Everything they named on that list, I had none of it. To the extent I was like, are y'all getting ready to lie and make up something so y'all can get some money? Because I genuinely do not have any symptoms whatsoever of a detached retina. So I'm telling you, you talk about miracle signs. God happened. Wait, Stacy. God happened. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? To the extent that sometimes I want you to understand, you can be getting a miracle, having a sign, and be a wonder and don't even know it. Because when I tell you, I promise, I had no symptoms and was in absolutely no pain whatsoever. Baby, I got my miracle. And to those doctors, I was a sign and a wonder. Thank you for liking the stream. So listen, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, won't he do it? Yes, listen. Do you need God to do it? So that is why I was out those 2 days. I am so appreciative that they did the laser surgery. And, this was the amazing thing about it. They were trying to debate. And that's it, Dr. Dady Priest. Miracle signs and wonders. I'm trying to tell you, SK, listen, because there is something that God is doing in the midst of the people right now. And as we've been talking and we keep saying, we're not the in crowd, we're the ing crowd, ING, because it's happening. So as I say these different things and as we share and as we go in the podcast, in the stream, yes, I'm my own opening while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. I'm going to use myself for while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, because, baby, there was nothing but God. There was nothing but God. That's all I can say. It was nothing but God. So I went. And again, I'm going to say this for those that may have been raised in a heavy tradition. Raw Confessions, thank you for that resub, my sister. There's my iron. Iron sharpens iron, and so much love coming to you. I just love you. I love you. I love you. So this is what I really want you. God happened all over me, Stacy. God happened. Thank you for those roaring biddies, SK8843. I appreciate you. I just want you all to understand. Listen, these are not just words that we're out here speaking because it sounds good and we're just bumping our gums and chit-chatting and talking. God is happening all over this stream. So I want you all to get this down in your shondo. the same way it happened for me, it can and is happening for you. As the pastor from Kansas City, where I used to play and serve his congregation, he would always say, just like the ice cream man, when you hear that bell ringing, it might be on the other street, but it's in your neighborhood. And I just want to ring that bell for you this morning. Listen, I'm in your neighborhood, and the same way God happened for me and my eyeball, God can happen for you and manifest miracles, signs, and wonders. Even the fact that you come in here and take space and hold time with me in these streams is an attachment so that you can have an expectation that the same way you hear these stories, even as I talk about Kai Chick and on 7 turndowns, on that 8th time we talk about 8 being the number for new beginnings. Shelly Thunder, good morning to you, sis, and thank you for those roaring biddies. Shelly Thunder is in the room. Good morning. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. There was a hype train, I think, going on that my system was not registering, but thank you to everybody that has participated. Oh, there's a hype train going now. Okay, thank you so much. But listen, I want you to get these testimonies. I'm going to call them testimonies because that's exactly what it is. Get these testimonies down in your heart to know the same way that it's happened for Kai Chick. 7 times turned down, but the 8th time was a winner. And as she said, even on Saturday, this 8th time, this 8th position was better than all those others, and it's a perfect fit. God knows exactly what you need and when you need it. Do not be disheartened. Don't be dismayed. Even as I say, the rubber band effect, that stretching and that pulling is not to break you. It's to launch you farther than you've ever been launched before in your life. It's happening. Come on here. It's happening. Oh, I see you, SK8843. And that's all I'm trying to tell you. It's happening. So this is the thing, though. For those, and this is where I started to go, and I want to complete this thought. For those that have come from a background where you are anti-medicine and anti-medical personnel, I want you to rethink that thing, because yes, God gave me the miracle sign and wonder of my eye and the retina being detached. But at the end of the day, I had no symptoms. I had no symptoms whatsoever. So it could have gone on. And I have to say, God used BTD Mom, in my opinion. God used BTD Mom to spur. And it wasn't because I was having eye problems. It was none of that. I want you to see how God will put dominoes and line those dominoes up in your life. And come on here, Snatched. I see you. So much love coming to you. It wasn't just because, thank you for those gifted subs, Kai Chick. You're just so beautiful. That's why I call her the evangelist. But at the end of the day, I want you to hear what I'm saying. This is how life is working for you. God is lining things up to work in your behalf for your benefit. So when my sister, for whatever reason, she just wanted me, and she's that kind of person. She really is. Both of my sisters are. She was just like, I want to help you with your self-care. I want you to do this. I want you to go and take it. Thank you for those gifted subs, Kai Chick. And J Trey 707, welcome to the family in the Lion's Den. I love y'all. So she just wanted to, and that's not unlike her. Believe me when I say that is not unlike her. Thank you, Kai Chick. She's giving those gifted subs. Listen, the evangelist is at work this morning. That's why I call her the evangelist. Thank you so much, Kai Chick. And truck driver, you already know. So at the end of the day, I'm going to hope that you can see how all of these dominoes line up and how God in the end worked this miracle, this sign, and this wonder. So that for whatever reason, her heart was touched. Go check your eyes. When's the last time you had a good, thorough eye checkup? Go check your eyes. Okay, so that started the ball in motion. Then there comes the part where you have to cooperate with the program. Somebody needs to hear that. There comes because some of y'all, God's trying to bless you, and God, especially you independent folks, hear me right here. You folks that are so independent, I can do everything by myself. I can do everything on my own. I can. I don't care who you are in your I Can independent self, you need support and you need help. So as I cooperated with my sister's vision, go get your eyes checked. That's what I did. And again, I'm going to say it again, unbeknownst to me, I was shocked, stunned, and amazed myself when at the course and during the course of this examination. The one went out, he brought another one back. Do you see what I see? Then they went and got the supervisor. Do you see what I see? And I'm just sitting here with absolutely positively no sense of anything. You lost your brother in July 2020 to cancer. Come on, get that checkup, Snatch. Get that checkup. This is what I'm trying to get us to understand. So many things that are going on that we have no idea. We have no inclination. Come on, I can with your independent self fairly. Come on. I need us to understand in our independence, there also needs a healthy dose of interdependence. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. We all need, and yes, condolences to you. We all need that healthy balance of getting checked out. I see you. There's a huge increase in cancer right now. Thank you, everybody, for sending those condolences, and mine as well, Snatch. You take care of your body and check it out. Pay attention. And as we're having these conversations because listen, this could have been totally different. Now, I'm going to tell you what. Thank you for those biddies. Oh my goodness, fairly all day. I appreciate you, my sister. Nothing but love to you. Nothing but love to you, my dearest friend. So this is what I want us to understand. At the end of the day, as I sat and I thought, and they decided absolutely we need to do surgery. We need to go ahead and we're going to use the laser and go ahead and fix. Now, this was the question. Were they going to totally reinforce the entire retina or just the area that was damaged? And so, the specialist said, well, you're having no symptoms. You're having no pain. He said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the minimal to just ensure that it does not tear and detach the rest of the retina away from the eye. Number one. Woman Unsilenced, thank you for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you, and so much love coming to you, my sister. I wanted to, the doctor said, I want to make sure. He said, in many instances, I would have gone the more aggressive route and done the whole complete retina. He said, but because you're not having any pain and you're not experiencing any symptoms whatsoever, we're going to do this at the minimal level to ensure, again, that the rest of the retina does not detach. And number two, we want to make sure that there's no fluid that's able to get behind there and get that optic nerve and create more problem. So this is the blessing. If you can just understand, again, coming back and making healthcare a topic for us, especially people of color, but everybody. If we can just take this, yes, we are miracle signs and wonders, but that does not negate the need to see about yourself on a regular and do preventive maintenance, because this is what I thought was just a preventive situation. I didn't even know I had a situation. So I'm grateful. On Tuesday, I was blessed to have the eye surgery. Yesterday was a beautiful day with nothing more than maybe some mild discomfort. I am here. I'm blessed. I have my vision and my sight. I've gone through a procedure that would have and could have ended much, much worse than what it could have if I had not gone ahead on my sister's urging and gone ahead and had my eyes checked. So I want to hopefully give that to you while you slumbered, slept, and slobbered, and I did too. And I want to say thank you to all of those, because though I didn't make it a widely known situation that I was having surgery, but for those in the Lion's Den that did, I'm telling you, I got nothing but love, nothing but check up. And I have to give it to the Rebel Inc. She is my dear friend. She is. She's also what I call my Elisha. You know, in the Bible, there was an Elijah. You had the older senior and Elisha, that younger, that just Elisha took to Elijah and just never left Elijah's side. That has been the way that the Rebel Inc. has been with your old STL. And I appreciate my hoary head. I appreciate my agedness. But I appreciate that God gave somebody that really just like Elisha to Elijah was like, listen, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Tell me what you need. And I appreciate that. And I want to laud her in that, because that is not common in these days and times. She's just that kind of person. And I appreciate her. She has done an excellent job. Bless her heart. I know I've probably driven her crazy in these last 2 days, but I appreciate her. And so there you have it. I wanted to touch on that again because I wanted to come back to this idea of preventive maintenance in healthcare. Michelle Brownell is in the room. Come on in here. And I love you. The healthcare system there's a lot to be desired. I hear you on that. Not your average guy. Or was it Not Your Average Guy or Snatch? One of it that went fast, and I caught a glimpse of it. Somebody said it. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay. Yes. It was Snatch. It is a system that needs to be revamped. It needs to be addressed, and it needs so much attention. It needs to change. There's no reason why in as wealthy countries as we live, and I see UK there, here in the United States, there's no reason why healthcare, and y'all know this is my own pet peeve and I talk about it from time to time, healthcare should be available to everybody. Everybody, especially in the United States, should be provided affordable health care, in my opinion. And the cost by which we're, making money hand over fist is just astonishing. And these corporations are not in need of money. They're just greedy. And I'm gonna say that again. These corporations are not in need of money. They're just greedy. And so I feel that as we move forward in our society, I hope that we will impress upon the leadership that this needs to change. I'm gonna come back. Let me see. Snatch. And y'all see, I'm having just a little bit different situation here with my reading, but I'm trying to get to your. Let me come on down. I want to read that, and thank y'all for bearing with me today, and just hang with me while I get my eyes together. It's greediness, Snatch. It's nothing but sheer greediness, and I hope that we'll continue to impress on the powers that be that this has got to change. So there you have it. That's what I wanted to share this morning as a praise report, but also more so as a means of continuing to impress upon us, particularly Black folk, and for everybody, but particularly Black folk. We are notorious for just keep on going and pushing and doing without stopping to take time to give yourself appropriate attention. No excuse, especially when you can send billions to the other countries. I agree with that. We could have free health care in this country. They just don't want to. Let me catch that. They just don't want to lose out on the money that they're making. Exactly. You're talking about getting into profit. And that profit margin is already just ridiculously, egregiously over the top. And it is true, Snatch. It's so true. So this is, and listen, this is a thing too. And I want to say, and I appreciate BTD Mom for this. And she's probably going to be mad at me for saying it. But this is a check on your brother, check on your sister situation. And just because her thing was get yourself checked out. And then with that was the provision of the increase of finance. You understand the words? And just because she wanted to make sure, and that's the way she is, and that's the way both of my sisters are, for real. They really are. They are just above and beyond. And if they have something on their heart they want me to do, and it's not about whether or not I have the means to do it for myself or not. It's just this is the way they operate, and this is the way their love rolls and flows in the family system in which we were raised. If you can almost rest assured, if BTD mom says, I want you to get your eyes checked, the money to get my eyes checked came with that. If SK, I mean, I'm telling you, and I know both of them do not know it, and they're probably going to be a little uncomfortable and agitated that I'm saying it, but I'm just telling you, this is how it operates in my family, and I appreciate it. And I'm saying this, let's take it and let's put it in motion all the way across the board. This is how the Lion's Den takes care of the Lion's Den. Man, truck driver thought I needed something, and I know he's gonna probably be upset too. He wanted to make sure, listen, I want you to have this, boom, 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 boom. He's not just gonna say I want you to have it. Next thing I know, truck driver is a done deal, especially for your vision. It's so overlooked fairly all day. It's so overlooked. Have those eyes checked. Anything that's in a pair, your eyes, your breast, your ears, your whole body, but anything that's in a pair that is often overlooked, your kidneys, make sure that you check those. Listen, is it Crazy Berrytown I just saw come in the room? Good morning to you, Crazy Berrytown. She is a streamer and she will Zumba you to Zion. I want you all to go and support her. If you're not following her, quit your wicked ways and get over there and follow her. Please, 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 will you do that for me? I love you, Crazy Berrytown. That's my beautiful. So listen, again, anything that's in pairs, especially that we often overlook. Check your ears. Listen, when deafness hits you, you will wish that you had if it could have been prevented. Check your eyes. Check your breasts, ladies and men. Check all of those. Check your gonads, brethren. Anything that's in pairs, I want you to make. Check your feet. Because listen, good morning, Miss Robin. Come on in here. So much love to you. Check your hands. And those of you all that know that you got carpal tunnel and just won't get it treated, and you just let it just progressively get worse and worse and worse and worse, have them checked. Please have them checked. Good morning, Miss Robin. So glad to have you in the Lion's Den today. So, you know, and I'm going to just make that as simple. I want you to do it from head to toe. But those pairs, those things that come in pairs on our body often are the things that we just don't give them any, we don't pay them any attention. So very critically important. I saw and watched my mother in her final days really struggle with her impaired vision and the loss of her vision. And as it progressed into the point where she was eventually blind from diabetes, and again, even high pressure, because at the end of end stage glaucoma, and I'm gonna say this. I want you guys, don't fear the finger. Thank you, not your average guy. Don't fear the finger. Don't fear the finger. And as he said, trust me, the doctors don't like it either. But at the end of the day, it's a necessary precautionary exam. It's a necessary precautionary exam. You're very sensitive where your vision is concerned. I hear you, Snatch. And we got to pay attention. We've got to pay attention. Because listen, even as the doctors came, and they, you know, I think they thought, and I'm going to be really honest, I think they thought they may have been going to have an uphill battle with a black woman going ahead and saying, okay, especially when I was asymptomatic. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. I did sit there in that chair and I was like, are they just trying to extort my insurance for more money? You know, but at the end of the day, I think they came and they really, really started talking and trying to convince me, if you will, of the devastation that I would potentially have in the scenario if I did not give it the attention and the treatment that it needed to have. at the time. And I looked at them and I really said, I have no problem with it. You know, now probably in my younger years, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Probably in my younger years, they would have been in for a fight, and I probably would have been. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I don't feel anything. I don't see anything. Blah, 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 blah. You know, I probably would have gone there. Come on in. Here's SB 1987. So much love to you. Come in, and good morning, and welcome to the Lion's Den. That probably would have been my position, and they probably would have had a battle with me. I think about my father and the fact that he needed high blood pressure treatment. Now, a lot of it would have been eliminate some of these stressors that are in your life. I said a whole word right there. Some of that blood pressure control could and should have been eliminate some of these unnecessary extra stressors that are in your life and see your blood pressure come down. However, as the case would be, it is what it is. But he didn't want to take the medicine, and he would say, I don't want to be on that dope. I don't want to be. And he specifically called it dope, as in, y'all know, back in the day, that's what they called drugs. I don't want to be on that dope. I don't want to be on that dope. And he just really did not want to take the medicine. I'm not saying, again, I want you to be an advocate for your health and your health care. Please advocate for yourself. But at the same time, if there are things that you need to do, please do it. So even with my mother, and I'm gonna say this because some of you all may be at a stage and situation right now where this may resonate with you. If they tell you to take those eye drops, put those eye drops in your eyes. One reason, come on in here this morning. I love you. And I know you're not really here, but so much love to you. That is the Bishop of Twitch. If you're not following One Reason, y'all, please, thank you for liking the glasses. I appreciate you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. Listen, and at the end of the day, if you are the one, and maybe I'm saying this because somebody needs to hear this. If you are the one and you have those eye drops sitting in on your nightstand, but they never get in your eyeballs, if they never get in your eyes, put those eye drops in, because I want you to understand, once your optic nerve, and I'm telling you from experience in this journey that I watched, if that optic nerve gets completely damaged / dead, you can't revive that. Yes, I believe in miracle signs and wonders, and God can miraculously restore it. But nonetheless, understand the means is given to you through those eye drops to help reduce that pressure in your eyeball. And listen, and I'm gonna keep saying this to black folk especially, and faith believing, church going black people especially. I know God is a healer. There's no doubt in my mind. God is a healer. God can heal you with them eye drops to bring that pressure down in your eyeball. Hear me when I say it. I don't have a problem with you getting in the prayer line. I don't care that they're greasing you down like a piece of chicken and praying the prayer of faith. Put those eye drops in your eyes. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Put those eye drops in your eyes and save your vision. Save your vision. So you ain't got nothing to prove to anybody. You don't have to prove that I'm the man of faith and the woman of faith and I believe God and no plague will come nigh my dwelling. Your healing is in the bottle, Michelle Brown. Oh, your healing just may be in that bottle. So this is where I want us to balance. This is one thing we talk about. We talk about in the Institute, and the students can tell you this is a section that we cover. You have to have balance. And this is something that so many times we find ourselves out of balance and off kilter, and then wonder why things in our life, things in our environments, things in our situations are not going well, and we can't seem to get back on. You gotta have balance. There has to be a level of balance that's operating in your life. So understand, while I know when there's a situation that just seems impossible, that situation that seems impossible, it's okay to utilize the faith in God that whatever can't happen, I believe God to make up the difference. So at the end of the day, however, there are things that you have the ability through the knowledge that God has given to doctors and to humanity. There are things that are at your disposal that you can go ahead and prevent certain things and certain situations from playing out. Pastor Baloo is in the house. The eagle has landed. Good morning to you. Lady T is in the house. Good morning to you. Listen, I want to tell you, Pastor Baloo, I will be preaching at his church. Anybody in the Kansas City metropolitan area, I will be preaching at his church August the 14th at Zion Travelers. Yes, over there on the KCK side. I'll be preaching at his church in the appreciation for his beautiful wife, Sister Pearline Baloo, on the 14th of August. Meet me there. August the 14th, we will be there, and with bells on, Pastor. I'm looking forward to it. 9 a.m. It's not a late morning service. 9 o'clock in the a.m. And I'm going to tell you what, we have church at 9 o'clock in a.m. For everybody to think you got to wait till that 11 o'clock. The Spirit's not loose until 11 and after. 9 o'clock, baby, the Spirit shows up. Meet me there at Zion Travelers in good old KCK. I love it. I love it. I love you, Pastor Baloo, and I'll see you in just a few days. Now, Lady T, thank you for coming as well. So I want us to utilize my experience, and I'm sure I've said enough, but I want you all to utilize my experience in an asymptomatic scenario to help you to understand the need by which you need to take care of your body from head to toe. And at the end of the day, so I want you all to really, come through. The DX of E. coli is how the tumor was found. Otherwise, it would have not been discovered because there's no pain and no discomfort at all. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, Royal Confessions. Thank you for sharing. And listen, I just want to, we'll see if we can get the, I think Pastor Baloo, they're asking about the streaming of your service, and I'll see if I can get it streamed on this channel. But I do believe Pastor Baloo, he live streams all of his services. We'll see what we need to do to be able to show it so you can see it both here on my channel as well as from Zion Travelers. So there we go. Thank you for that, Royal Confessions, and thank you for sharing your testimony. I hear the situation that she had being shared in the chat. And yes, sis had a situation with some bad lettuce, I believe it was, from a salad that gave her E. coli that ultimately revealed a tumor that was totally asymptomatic, a totally asymptomatic situation that did end up being malignant. So at the end of the day, I want us to, again, take seriously the idea of being proactive with your health care. And pain and other odd feeling things it's just not normal, it feels odd, check it out, y'all. It has a purpose. Pain has a purpose. Treat your body as a temple, because it is, Mel. It absolutely is. That's your temple. Treat it with the sanctity and the sacredness that it deserves from head to toe. And I said, don't forget dental and mental. From head to toe. And don't forget dental and mental. Listen to your body. So, and then even as Royal Confessions is sharing, and I know this to be true because I've walked this journey with her, and was just shocked, stunned, and amazed. And many of us, you'd see her now and you just have no idea But she just, listen, she's like she takes a licking and just keeps right on ticking and looks marvelous. And that is the miracle sign and wonder, y'all. Not that I believe God to heal this tumor. I believe God to heal this cancer and I'm not going to the doctor. I believe God and I'm not going to get treatment. I'm just going to stand on faith. No, she's a miracle sign and wonder even as she takes the treatments. But people looking at her like, you got to be lying. I know this woman. She don't look like, and I know my language is not grammatically correct. She don't look like what she's been through. And many of you here, you don't look like what you've been through. That's a miracle, a sign, and a wonder in and of itself. But this whole attitude that the only way we can be people of faith is to denounce and deny ourselves the type of treatment and care that we need to give to ourselves. No, ma'am, no, sir. Now, I'm pushing that. And I'm going to say it again because, listen, this silent, asymptomatic stuff that creeps up on us and then renders us in some precarious situations down the road, I don't want that to continue happening to us if we can make it the Callous 08, come on in here. I'm so glad to see you. Good morning. So I'm gonna leave that right there. And but listen, I'm that's my testimony, and I'm grateful. So I thank God for my vision. I may be struggling just a tad bit. But at the end of the day, I have vision and I have sight, and I expect and plan total healing. All right. So there we go. Now, this story right here, I'm going to share because while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, and you see me doing the on and off because I'm still having just a little bit. And then some of that is just the fact that I've gotten old and, you know, when you need them reading glasses and all of that. But the combination of all of the above is giving me a little bit of a challenge. I want to say, and I've been saying this for some time, the direction that I believe that I'm going with even our ministry, we have those in the Lion's Den that have affiliated with us, and I appreciate you. My goal is, and by that, Tall Pumps, others that truck driver, others that I love, Twanna's Twitch, on and on. I appreciate you all. I'm hopeful that at some point we can have, from time to time, just meetups where we find one another together, enjoy one another, and have a group activity for a few days together. One of the places that I absolutely love the Great Smoky Mountains. If you have never been to MCP 812, good morning. Come on here to gift. I see suddenly. Oh, don't mess with me because you know that's my word. Suddenly. And suddenly there came the Great Smoky Mountains. I try, and I think now that I'm settled here in Texas, and I got I'm putting in my roots. I'm laying down my roots here. I can get back to some of what I was doing before COVID. And part of that, if you have never been to the Great Smoky Mountains, I know I'm gonna have a meetup there where we're just going to have a group of us, and not we're limited to anybody, but anybody that whosoever will, let him come. But the Great Smoky Mountains, for those that love nature. Now, if nature's not your thing, no. I was talking to Jonna CPW, one of my friends. Today is her anniversary, even though she's not online. She's enjoying and celebrating her anniversary at the ocean. She sent me a picture late last night of her standing in the water of the ocean, and swore and declared she was going to be on the beach this morning in the sand, watching the sunrise when the sun came up, and listening to the ocean. I love nature. And for anybody else that loves nature, man, the Great Smoky Mountains, that national park, you have got to go. You are doing yourself a disservice if you have not been to the Great Smokies. One year, a few years back, and this predates COVID, and up until COVID, and actually had reservations to go when COVID hit, and it was only because they shut down, had to cancel reservations, and I was unable to go that year and have not been back since COVID. But the year prior to that, my birthday fell on a Sunday, and I was blessed to be in the Smoky Mountains on my birthday. Now, the blessing of, Snatch, I love nature. I love nature. The blessing about being in the Smoky Mountains on my birthday, that Sunday, I decided, excuse me, I have drainage, my apologies. That Sunday on my birthday, the clouds were down in the mountains, which is what makes it smoky. So the higher I drove, and I decided I wanted to drive to the highest pinnacle point that you can drive to, and had been there before, but I decided that was going to be my sanctuary that Sunday morning. And I drove up to the mountain, and the higher I went, first the lower areas, it was rain. And then the higher I went up, that thing turned to smoke. And when I tell you, by the time I got to the highest pinnacle in the mountain, all you could see was the smoke. So I parked my car. I loved it. The mountains are not your ministry. Oh, crazy. Berrytown, just come with me one time. You just need a good spiritual guide. You just need a good spiritual guide to take you up in them mountains. Baby, I tell you, it was so smoky. And of course, it's the clouds coming down. You could feel the clouds. You could literally feel the clouds and could barely see in front of your face. But the spirituality of that event, the spirituality of that experience. And I understood why our native and indigenous brothers and sisters found that space so sacred. I'm telling you, when I was on top of the mountain, I felt like Moses when Moses was meeting on Mount Sinai, or as we say, Mount Sinai. When Moses was meeting up on Sinai and having that spiritual experience with God, I promise you, the Great Smoky, and if you catch them when that smoke is hitting, that's what it's like in the mountains of the Philippines. Come on here, Snatch. I'm telling you, it is a spiritual transformation. I promise you, it is a spiritual transformation. I got up in those mountains, and I tell you, that was the best birthday gift I could have given myself ever in life. Being on top of the Smoky Mountains at that highest pinnacle point that you could drive to. Now there are higher that you can take the line and ride the line up to that, and that's on my agenda. Come on, Crazy Berrytown, I want to take you. Because I promise you, that experience was so spiritual. I just cannot tell you. That experience was so spiritual. And not only being able to sense and feel the clouds and sense that on you, and the inability to really see, and just in the moment, and the presence and the quiet and the stillness and the power and the majesty and the dominion of it all. Oh my God. It was almost like reaching up and touching God. Michelle 22, good morning to you, and come on in the Lion's Den. It's so good to see you. You love the Smoky Mountains. Come on, and you're Pocahontas. Come on and testify. I'm trying to get the folks. Listen, the Great Smoky Mountains is on your bucket list. Do not miss it, DeCalis. Do not miss it. And it's not about, they have different touristy type things, but I'm not that tourist attraction driven person. Now I did go on the glide and ride that thing up. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's awesome being out there in the middle of God and everybody. That tightrope, it may be, if you're scared of heights, you're not gonna fall out. But if you're scared of heights, you might have to overcome that to get to the top. But at the end of the day, when we talk about the beauty and the glory and the splendor of God, the Great Smoky Mountains is one of those things. I think we're going to have a meet up there. I'm almost sure. It's heavenly, MCP 812. I want to take as many people as I can. And I said this when I came back my family, my immediate family will tell you, I've told them I want to take all of us to the Great Smoky. Then I even told the members at the church, I want to take y'all to the Great Smoky. And now that we're in the Lion's Den, I want to take y'all to the Great Smokies, because I'm telling you, it is, God is omnipresent, and you can feel it, Snatch Master. You can feel that, and there's no description for it. In all the words that I'm saying right here, I still cannot describe it. You've got to experience it. It is so powerful. Now, in the meantime, what we see, come on, Twana, I'm ready for y'all. I'm ready for y'all. I'll take you there. I feel the Staple Singers down in my spirit. I'll take you there. A 7-year-old girl, and this is just absolutely devastating. While the family was camping, and when you get there, you'll see there's several different areas where you can camp. I paid a tourist guide to actually take us on a guided hike through the mountains. And this is the thing, and people don't realize it, this is actually a rainforest. The Great Smokies is actually a rainforest. So when you get into the inner part, it's nice to ride the glides and get in the little thing and let it take you up, the ski lift. It's nice to ride in the cars, but I tell you, when we got off the beaten path and the tour guide, we started climbing up the mountain through the rainforest, and you see, it is so beautiful. It is so, I'm telling y'all, it is heaven on earth. It's like the Garden of Eden. But you got to get up in there. So, I didn't have the right shoes on. If I had known, they said we took the easy path. I said, if this is easy, I'd hate to see intermediate and difficult, because this joker had my heart pounding. And the bears are there. I'm gonna just tell you, the bears are there. Had several opportunities to take close-up shots of bears. That we're sharing nature, but at the end of the day, it's all beautiful. But back to my story here. This young lady, you'll see all types of camping areas where you can camp. This 7-year-old girl was killed while camping with her family after a tree fell on the tent in the Great Smokies National Park. That is so sad, and condolences, love, and prayers to that family in this just unbelievable loss. But I can see how that would happen, because there's so much forest area there that I tell you, I can understand how that would happen. The freakiness of this accident, that it would actually fall on the tent where these babies were sleeping, is just unbelievable to me. But yet and still, my heart goes out and everything, but I can totally understand how that can happen, because the forests are so thick and the trees are just so, and they're huge trees. So when I read that this morning, my mind went to that space, because I definitely love the Great Smoky Mountains. This story was heart-wrenching to me, because the area looks familiar, and the idea that this little baby lost her life there in probably one of the freakiest accidents that could have been. That was one of the stories that happened this morning, and I just wanted to share that, but wanted to emphasize and focus more so, in spite of situations as like this, I still want you to experience, put it on your bucket list, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It will bless your whole life. I enjoyed staying on the mountain. You can stay over in a little town called Pigeon Forge and some of those surrounding areas. For those that may not have known, I tell you what, you could do there. They have some rapids there, Crazy Berry Town. So they have some rapids there. And the thing that's crazy about that is you can see that water is so clear. You can see to the bottom of the floor that looks like it's not that deep, but because it's so clear and it gives the appearance that it's not deep. It's very deceiving. It's much deeper than what it is. And so that's you'll hear that and see signage of that as you go around those clear rapids, and they do have rapids. The rapids are so clear, and this is what I'm telling y'all. This is the beauty of nature when man doesn't taint it and corrupt it. That clear water, that's so clear that it looks like I can stick my hand in there and touch the bottom, but it's actually 10, 12, 16 feet deep. That is mind-boggling in and of itself. How can this water be so pure and so clear that it looks like I can touch it, but I really can't? It's really something. So at the end of the day, I see y'all chatting over here. I hope y'all get Crazy Berrytown out here to get some of this beauty, because while she's in the ATL, and she's hanging out there, and I've heard her say on more than one occasion, I don't like outdoors. You just haven't been to the right places with the right people, because baby, I'm telling you, outdoors can bless your whole life. I'm trying to tell you, outdoors will bless your whole life. So at the end of the day, I read that story that happened on last night while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. But I wanted to address that on today as an opportunity to go and experience that. Now, I'm just doing some hodgepodge conversation today because I traveled on yesterday, coming back after having the surgery. Still a lot going on, but I definitely wanted to get in here. Listen, Crazy Berrytown, I will go up on the mountain and then head to Pigeon Forge for 4 walls and a Sealy Posturepedic. Michelle, you said you're a modernized camper. You would think you at the house. They do have cabins. They do. Come on now. Try something new. It's a new moon today. Set your intentions for next month. Come on here. Listen, Twana Switch, I see you. I want you all to experience, when we talk about having life, let me just come here for a second. Life and life more abundantly. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? And so for some, this may be the challenge. This may be the challenge. There's so much more. Why limit yourself to a certain area? Now, I get certain things you really, it doesn't float your boat. You're not crazy about it. But listen, for all of my couch potatoes, have you tried to go outside? Have you tried to go someplace out of doors? Have you tried to find someplace that tantalizes your eyeballs? The colors are vivid, the freshness of the air, the breeze, the water on your feet, the sand in your toes while you're standing in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Have you tried some other opportunities and options to give yourself life and life more abundantly? I fear and I feel that so many times we get locked into a certain vein and we don't move outside of that. We get this, whatever we do, whatever our particular pattern, and, we get very, very almost like remote. Almost like robotic. That's what I want to say. Almost like robots. We just do the same things over and over and over and over and over and over. We do the same routine over and over and over and over. And I'm going to help some of y'all couples. Y'all do the same sex positions and sex play over and over. You need some spice in your life. I need you to find a place and find something that's different. So at the end of the day, I wish that we could have a different, come on, Crazy Berrytown, you might need to take Preacher Tim and go onto the mountains and find the power of the great outdoors, if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Sometimes you just cut them close. DJ Cut Them Close is in the room. Come on in here. I love you and thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. Come on, not your average guy. Sometimes I'm preaching real hard even though folks don't want to receive this. There is life and life more abundantly. So once you've explored and exhausted this area, have you explored and exhausted anything else? Parks, there are parks all over the place, y'all. Come on and check them out. Listen, some of the best little hidden treasures I've found have been, I'm driving in the same places, the same areas, the same highways that I always, you think God is on the beach too? I bet he is, Crazy Berry Town. I believe that there's a blessing in the sand and there's a blessing in the water, y'all. I'm by the riverside. I say, what now? I believe it's some of that down by the riverside. If y'all would just expand your territory, enlarge your territory. So this is where I'm saying so many times we get so caught in our ritualistic ways, even church, even, you name it, fill in the blank. I want you to have life and have life more abundantly. And they do exist because of God, Snatch. Come on with that word. God made it. How much of it have you explored? How much of it have you experienced? How much of God's beauty have you cut yourself off from, and why? Why? There's so much. And when I talk about beauty, I'm talking about life-changing, transformative beauty that once you've experienced it. My friend and I, we went and we just set out on the sea coast, on the ocean, and watched the sun come up in the sand. Even when Jonna CPW said that's what she's doing this morning. And again, happy anniversary to her and my baby Dwayne as they celebrate another year of marriage. I just was like, do it. Do it. I'm excited for you. Do it, because there's nothing like a sunrise. As I used to transport train personnel from point A to point B. And I had one old brother, and every day he would have me stop him, and he'd get out of the car because the shift started at like 4 o'clock in the morning. He would get out in the car right at sunrise, and he'd ask me, I already knew his routine, would you please stop the car? I want to see this spectacular event. That's what he called it. Good morning, Keisha Key. There's my sunshine. Come on in here. You ziplined in the jungles in Brazil. It was pretty amazing and life-changing. That's what I'm talking about, Crazy Berry Town. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Ziplining and getting out there and enjoying the opportunity to see, because the vantage point, so many times, even as I was in the lift going up to the highest point of the mountain that they have, that you can go to at Great Smokies, even as I was riding up to that, I looked out and the peace, the tranquility, but yet and still, while I was rising and going higher and higher and higher and higher, so many thousands of feet into the air, I stopped and I thought, but this is what a bird sees on the regular. Y'all ain't with me. That's the way my mind works. This is what a bird sees on the regular. Can you imagine coming from that height as a bird and seeing with that eagle-eye vision a fish down in the water, and from that height plummeting down to the water, snatching up a fish and zooming right back up? And y'all, you know what? To me, that is some of the essence and elements of what makes life and life more abundantly. While I'm on that lift, I'm not just up here talking, because I'm personally, I'm not afraid of heights. So at the end of the day, it's like while I'm at those higher heights, I'm thinking to myself, these heights are what the birds soar in every day. And so in that moment, I feel like I've been transported into the world of a bird, into the world of an eagle, into the world of a hawk, into the world of, you name it, anything that has that kind of aerial vision and can go from that height to down to the water in so many seconds or less. That to me gives me that experience that really when I'm riding, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking, this is what they experience every day. If I could just be a bird, the poor little fish. DJ cut him close. It's a part of the chain. It's a part of the life chain and the life cycle. So, at the end of the day, that fish ate something too. So, I tell you what, karma. But at the end of the day, for real, that was funny. I'm sitting and I'm just enjoying my senses being stimulated in ways that they've not been stimulated before. And I'm that person. I'm smelling the air. What does it smell like up here? I'm feeling on my skin. What does it? Oh my God. When I tell you, when I got in the Great Smokies and I could feel the clouds on my being, I could feel the clouds on my arms. I could feel the clouds on my legs, on my face, on my neck. I could feel the clouds. Baby, to me, that's life and life more abundantly. And as you experience all of those different opportunities to expand yourself, listen, I want you, as you come into the lion's den, to continuously think about how can I move forward and how can I expand, not just to have life. I don't want you all to just exist. Definitely don't want you to just exist. I do want you to have life, but don't just stop there. Have life more abundantly. So I want to, as you are launching out into these different areas, I want you to begin to take a personal assessment. What can I put? And why does it have to be a bucket list before I die? Why can't we just make it life and life more abundantly while I live? This is what I want to do while I live, not to do it just before I die. And I understand the concept is not just about death and dying, but I'm saying it's like, why do we have to have an idea of finality to make us do some of the things that really give us the opportunity to live life and life more abundantly? I'm gonna say to y'all, stop putting off stuff till next year, next month, down the road, next decade, whatever. Baby, you're alive today. You are alive today. I stop, and I'm gonna say this, even with my most recent experience that I've spent most of this stream talking about, my eyeball. I started to envision, what would my life be if Tuesday was the last time I had vision out of this eye? For real. I mean, not with anxiety. It was not a matter of anxiety, but I was just using this experience to say to myself, if this had LaWanda Baskerville is in the room. Good morning to you, sis. So much love to you. LaWanda Baskerville, if there is a mod extraordinaire, she is the epitome of just that. So much love coming to you. Come on in the Lion's Den, and I love you, sis. Good morning. But I did. I thought to myself, even after they had basically neutralized my eyeball and put all the drops in and everything, and you know, I sat and with no fear, and there was no anxiety, but these were my thoughts as I was sitting there after they had dilated my eye, numbed it up. They numbed it four different times. They numbed it up before they started the procedure, and I was just sitting there and I was thinking to myself, with my eye, I'm talking about this left eyeball that they're about to do surgery on. If this was the last vision that this eye was going to have, what would I regret that I had not seen? What would I regret that I no longer had the vision and the optical capacity to take in and observe? And I sat and I thought about that, and I said to myself, and again, life and life more abundantly. I want to give my left eye more life. I know that may sound really weird to some of you guys. I want to give my left eye more life. I want to give my left eye, you hear me when I say my left eye. I want to bless my left eye. I want to bless my left eye. What can I give my left eye when I get up out of this surgical chair and I go on about my business and as it's healed? Because if this was the last that this left eye was to see before they do this surgery, what would I regret that left eye had not had a chance to see? Now, see, some of y'all don't think like I think, but I feel like at some point, good morning, Mike City. Mike City. He's in the room, y'all. He's in the room. I began to ask myself very sincerely, so much love coming to you. He is a streamer. If you're not following Mike City, please follow him. He will bless your whole life. Come on in. You in here. But listen, so many things that we keep putting off. And my question is why? I'm talking about life and life more abundantly. I'm not just, y'all got down, you got the work routine down. You got that slave labor thing. You got that down. You got that down to a T. You got that down pat. You know how to present your bodies daily on that slave mill and do the work that they called you to do. All good. But what do you have down in life and life more abundantly? Because I promise you, every week, if we look at the same concept, 6 days God created and worked. On the seventh day, God rested. And I tell people that all the time. Even God rested. Why did God rest? Really, he was trying to give us a pattern of understanding. You cannot just work every moment of your lives without rest and recreation. Recreate. When you have recreation, it gives you the ability to recreate. Some of you are like, why do I no longer have the excitement? Why do I no longer have the desire? Why do I no longer have the motivation? Why do I no longer have the drive, the vim, the vigor? Why? Because you never recreate. You keep doing that same humdrum over and over and over again. Baby, take yourself out, do something special, go someplace special, but not just that, experience new things. Hear me when I say this. I want you to figure out how to experience new things. Think of things and begin to identify places and things that will stimulate you so that you can have recreation, so that you can recreate. You can come back into, okay, I did that. I tried there, been there, done that, loved it. Now let me find something else that will help me be able to recreate new things. Recreation does that for you. It puts you in a mindset and ability. So sometimes y'all do the rest, and rest really just means you're catching up on sleep and fatigue, getting rid of fatigue that's been lingering and lingering around. What am I trying to say? Lingering around for a long time. And you started to languish. That's where my words in my head. Listen, it's my eyeballs' fault. It's my eyeballs' fault. I couldn't get the words. So at the end of the day, you're doing that same old, and then wondering why you have no excitement, no drive, no motivation. Your get up and go has got up and went, as the old folks used to say. You need something that gives you life and life more abundantly. And back to my concept about God, every 6 days, that ratio needs to be evident in your life. Not I'm going to take a trip or I'm going to take a vacation one time out of the year and I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to get you to understand. I do this on a daily, and anybody that's close to me knows I'm telling the truth. Daily, I find some water. Daily, I find some nature. Daily, I find something that thrills and stimulates my senses. I mean, it just titillates my taste buds or whatever. Every day I find something different to keep me excited about life, to keep me exposed to something new, to keep me in that mindset. I never tried that before. Let's go there. As I said earlier, some of the best gems I have found have been driving. Let me use this case in point. from the time I was in my mother's womb until I stopped going every week in 2012. Every week of my life, I went to a little town called White Cloud, Kansas, on a beaten path, and we traveled that path. It was 100 miles away from my church home where my father pastored. We drove 100 miles one way just to get to church every service, not just Sunday, because we had weeknight services and stuff too. Every service, 100 miles one way. And I've been doing that all my life. But last year, I just happened to stop on a whim and drive to, I saw a sign that said there was some little natural reserve. And I decided to get off the beaten path and go to this little natural reserve and see what was there. Now, mind you, I've been riding this same path for almost 60 years. I've been riding, or at least almost 50 plus years. I've been riding this same path, but had never stopped on that little spot to see what was there. And when I tell you, when I turned off the beaten path, well, first and foremost, I was like, okay, this ain't nothing but an old country highway. And then I turned off of that, and that was literally a dirt road and a dirt path that looked like it was leading to nowhere and got real narrow and raggedy. And was like, Lord Jesus, where am I going? Am I about to be absolutely disappointed? But baby, when I tell you, when I finally made that one turn and saw the beauty that was there, and that had been there for 60 years, that I had driven past on a regular. And so what I started doing after that, once I found that, I was like, hey, let's just get on the highways. And I wasn't going far from where I lived. Some of y'all like, I got to plan a trip and go somewhere. There are some gems and jewels right there in the vicinity where you are. You just got to find them. I started going to places that I could drive maybe the longest distance an hour out, but just right there in my own area, and just, ooh, there's a sign. Let me check out and see what's here. Ooh, there's a sign. Many of the pictures, for those of you that follow me on Facebook, many of the pictures that you all see, and people will be like, where are you at now? Where are you at now? Pictures in my backyard and neighborhood, so to speak. But I decided to get off the beaten path and just explore what's here. I'm telling you, if you can get into life and life more abundantly, excite yourself, not just on special occasion. It's almost like, and I'm gonna get out of here, but it's almost like my auntie, who is 95 years old and walks better than I do, and she's my namesake. I'm named after her. She gets around just as well as you want to be. And so she gave me a most beautiful quilt the other month. And I said, I got to find some place to put it. She said, no, ma'am. She said, whether it's fine china, whether it's this quilt, or whether it's anything else in your life, experience it. Do not put it away somewhere and look at it. It's to be experienced. So as I wrap up here today, as I talk about life and life more abundantly, I'm going to tell you like my auntie told me about that quilt. Do not put it away. Do not make it a showpiece. Do not set it off to the side. Experience it. So as you go through life, look for opportunities. Look for places that you've never been before, and it might be just around the corner from your house. Look for spots. Look for avenues. And I'm going to take y'all to the Great Smokies. I'm going to take y'all to the Great Smokies. But I promise you, now that this left eye, I'm going to bless this left eye. I just want y'all to know, I'm about to bless this left eye. This left eye is about to see everything that it can see. This left eye, come on BTD mom, this left eye is getting ready to experience it. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This left eye is getting ready to experience it. And what I hope and pray is that you about to do the same thing too. Life and life more abundantly.
Oh, I feel for my brother.
Well, I feel for my brother. And I feel for my sister. This has been another edition of Yes You O Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. So what did we take away today? Take care of your eyes, children. Take care of your eyes. Take care of your ears. Men, go get that finger exam. I know you don't want it, but I want you to have life and life more abundantly longer. Go get that exam. Take care of yourself. Preventive care all the way head to toe, dental and mental. Get yourself together. Now, at the end of the day, I hope that you'll walk away and find something new, find something exciting, find something exhilarating today, not just down the road, but every day for me, or at least bare minimum once a week. At least get that ratio 6-to-1. Please do that. Would you do that? Now, as we get ready to get up out of here, I want to thank everybody that came in the Lion's Den. I want to thank everybody that gave to that hype train on today. I appreciate you so much. I really do. And I love every last one of you. I really, really do. Now, I want you to follow me, if you would, out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more. I'm all over the place. You know the mantra we have in here. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We don't have a spirit of fear. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And I am all powerful in love. And listen, we ain't just talking about change, baby. We're going to be the change that we want to do. And you're not in it alone. This pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless. And you're going to hear us roar. Because it's us, you, me, we all. We're all in this together. And I love you for it. Now listen, this hasn't been the den of iniquity. This has been the den of activity. Thank you for the Lion support fairly all day for those roaring biddies. SK8843, Woman Unsilenced, Shelly Thunder for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you. Michelle Browno, the Rebel Inc., and Shelly Thunder. Those are my beautiful angels. I appreciate y'all. That's the Blessed Trinity right there. Thank you, Pisces 20th Century, for that new follow on today. Welcome to the Lion's Den, and you're part of the family. Come on in and roar. I thank you for those resubs. BTD Mom, Kai Chick, Tall Pumps, Raw Confessions, Cassandra Rope, J Trey 707, and Truck Driver. And Kai Chick, thank you so much for those gifted subs. You know I love you, girl. LaWanda Baskerville, I missed your raid, but thank you for the raid, because you know I play your music. You know I will. I'll give you the whole get up, the whole kit and caboodle. I'll give you all of it for coming in on that raid. I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm glad you're here. Love to everybody. All of these streamers that are here. Woman Unsilenced, I don't know if you put your time in there for tonight. And any other streamer, you're definitely welcome to do that. But Woman Unsilenced, if you have something today, we want to catch you today. And anybody else that has something today, as the rest of this stream is scrolling out of here, copy that raid train message, because we're going somewhere. But go ahead and put your information. I'm sorry I was so late getting it in. But listen, as Shelly Thunder likes to say, have an amazing day on purpose. Peace for your journey.